Welcome back. Now, here are some shocking statistics that hit home right here in southern Arizona. Pima County has over 4,000 children in foster care and just over 700 homes. We're going to learn more about an organization whose goal is to provide practical items like beds and clothing to foster families. Let's learn how we can all support that cause of More Than a Bed from Grace Stockdale and Christy Deacon. Ladies, thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you for having us.
Now, those stats, I always like to kind of do something that's home. Pima County, something that really is something we can all grasp onto. Let's talk about More Than a Bed and really what you are about.
What we do is interact with the foster families and the children in their homes. We want to make sure that there is no child that's sleeping on the floor with the kinship families or the foster families. We provide them with beds, cribs, toddler beds, clothes, shoes, toys. And this is all done from our storage units.
Really?
Yeah. We have 9 storage units now. And we get donations and things from the public, which is great stuff.
So how did we end up starting this organization?
Well, my husband and I were foster family, and so as we would welcome new children into our home each time they would come, there were things that they needed, and they often came with nothing. Typically, we had babies come to our home, and so we would end up with a couple diapers and maybe a bottle if we were lucky. And so we were discovering that our foster community was having trouble as the kids would come and go, keeping up with the needs of each child. And I want these kids just to be kids.
Yeah.
I want you not to be able to look out and go, oh, that one's a foster child and that one's a foster child. I want them to blend in and just be able to just be kids. And so this was an opportunity for us to get together and be able to bless the families and help them provide more than the basics and let these kids just really have an opportunity to thrive.
You know, and you're probably the perfect person to ask, because I bet you get this question. Well, I think that you're provided money by the state. Why do you need us to kind of step in?
A good example of this is that you are provided money from the state, it's true, but you could have a child for 3 weeks, 3 months, 2 years, you never know. And so there was a time that we had 3 babies in our home. So we didn't have 3 cribs and 3 car seats, and so those kind of things. And then the kiddos come with nothing, but then when they reunite back with their families, you need to send things home with them. And so you could end up having clothes and needing the same size right over again. And since they come with nothing, being stocked and ready for kiddos, like we were licensed for kids from birth to 10.
Right.
So to have clothes for a boy or girl from birth to age 10, that's a lot to have just waiting.
Now, of course, in order for you guys to do this work for the families, the community comes in and also does their part to help. You guys have an upcoming event that we can all kind of take part in, right?
Yes. Yeah. It's called Give Without Measure, and this is where we take everything out of our storage units. We take it to a local church, Desert Sun Community, and we set it up to look like Macy's. We have rounders, we put up all the clothing, we set out everything nice, and the families come in and they shop for 2 hours only. It takes us a week to prepare for it, but they come in and they shop for their children in their home. And that means their foster kids, their adopted kids, their and their biological kids. And it helps the families tremendously, because again, the stats are somewhere between $200 and $800 just to set up for one child. That's an amazing amount of money for the average bear.
Right.
And the fact that I just lost my train of thought. Yes.
And I know this is just the tip of the iceberg of what the families need, what you guys do for everyone. Yep. So I'm going to remind them how they can even learn more about your mission online and how they can get a hold of you and how they can help support this as well. Ladies, thank you so much for sharing your story and for the mission.
Thank you.
Now, to learn more about supporting foster families, call 428-5280 or visit morethanabed.org.